Welcome back. Last time we left off, Kamisato had, Ayaka had asked us if we could do her 3 small favors, and she could get us an audience in somewhere with the Raiden Shogun. Was the deal. So we're now investigating we're now checking in what ways we can help the 3 people who have had their visions taken. So let's just continue. Let me just check them recording. Yes. Examine marks. I wonder what the guy's diary was doing outside. Like, if it began raining, even though he didn't even know he had a diary, it would have become... I guess we were lucky that the weather was fine. I forgot his... So this is one Omamori is. It looks like that. Don't know what it is. Examine marks.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child.
Well, he said that it was discolored, so maybe it is from when he was younger.
But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Give it a try. Okay. Game feels especially closer than usual. Is there something wrong here? Oh, it's gone back to normal. That was strange. Okay. Purple elemental sight now, instead of the usual colors. Oh.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years?
Maybe. Hopefully it's not like a remains. And, because we're gonna have to discover what it is. And if it's like a child, his child or something, I don't know. His wife, he forgot about, no clue. Hopefully it's something,
Must be something
not
pretty
disturbing.
amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Probably ask him for permission even if he doesn't know its significance yet. We'll let him see it and decide whether he wants to share.
A letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
I don't recognize a place called Konda Village. If we become separated during war, go wait for me in Konda Village. There'll be a safe home for us there. During war? I guess this guy was involved in something. that he doesn't know about. Remember, I mean. It's here.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone.
30 years of waiting. So war happened, and yet this person never came? And he was still waiting? I wonder what this war was.
But he's been here for 30 years! Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh?
Still like them.
Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Man, this is gonna be sad. This is gonna be sad once we know the full story. Also, I rethought over the wording that said that when we were with Toma looking at the omnipresent statue, the way it said that the vision wasn't a symbolism of power. It represents people's ambitions. And I was just trying to think in what way that made sense. And I guess it's because once you're rewarded for your ambition, I guess in some way it begins to tie itself to you, including your memories. So if once you remove it, it's already a part of you. And if you remove it, you remove it. Like, I guess it assimilates with the person granted the vision. So it's like taking a piece of their mind once it latches on to the person's, I guess, consciousness? Mind? Don't know what you'd call it. Before we talk to him, I need to change my team. It's pathetic. Trying to fight people with this team, it's too strong. And I don't get to experience the enemies, so I think I'm going to give myself a debuff in some way. So I can actually, I'll only play with 3 characters. Actually, I should put in the Traveler. I'll play with... okay.
Oh, how exciting!
Do that. Who else? Bennett for healing, even though Noelle heals, and just in case I need a slight boost to DPS. Mona will let me one-shot too easily and provide omens, so no. Maybe I can make Supra's DPS to give me a hand. Sure.
My experiment will succeed.
It's a weird team, but it's necessary. So sad. I want to play with the characters I enjoy, but the game breaks if I do.
Benny's adventure team.
Oh no, I don't. Okay. Well, I'm still playing with one of my favorite characters, Noelle, so I'm happy about that.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years.
I don't want to like convince him to stop waiting, considering that's a lot of dedication, and I don't know how important this person was, who they were waiting for, what they meant to him. But I guess the healthy thing to do would be to move on, because they're not coming. But I guess Just in case, you can just keep waiting. So sad. There is no good way out of this situation for him. They either turn up and it's great, and they're extremely late, or they don't turn up, but he keeps waiting.
Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Love and regret. Is that in the book? Are we just... am I to assume he had a quick look over the book and read about his past feelings? Because it feels like he's describing memories he doesn't have, and yet he's saying them. So I guess he read this in the book, I'll assume. Does that make you feel sad? It's terrible. Why wouldn't it make you feel sad? Even if you don't know anything, you had. You've lost one of the most important things to have.
No, not especially.
Oh, okay.
After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it.
Sure, but most people aspire to have these things, so you can be sad that you no longer have them, even if you don't remember even having them. That means you can want the same. Or not. Maybe he treasured what he experienced when he experienced it, but never looked for it. So maybe he doesn't feel like anything's missing at any point. Just takes it as it comes, maybe.
It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting.
Oh, no. It doesn't make sense. Don't just commit because you've invested time. At least have a meaning behind it.
Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her?
Most certainly.
When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness, the feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here.
Still hasn't got a reason to remain. There's just no good outcome from what he's described. If he stays and they show up, it's bad. If he stays and they don't show up, he still doesn't know the meaning for his waiting. He's just gonna either waste the rest of his time, or... Oh man, this feels bad. This makes me want to help them, but God damn it. Why does he feel that way? Empathy? Perhaps? Just for other people? Especially when it comes to love, surely most people can understand.
I shall remain here and and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Yeah, no, it's giving me really... It's making me feel bad and giving me a lot of anxiety. Yeah, me too. Losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all. In this case, yes. Because it's especially important. Okay, this is a bit too vague to me. Yeah, I'm sad.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
So maybe it doesn't tie to your ambition. It ties to all ounces of your ambition, even if it wasn't the main ambition that granted you the vision. The vision.
That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Oh, no, we weren't. And I feel bad for these people. Is this why Ayaka asked me to help them? Because it would change my mind just to see the state of the people of Inazuma who have lost their vision.
Well, let's go find the next person.
I'm already convinced. I feel so bad.
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
I am going to the right spot, right? Find the next person. Wait, hold on. I want to check if he had an extra. Is this the same character model and clothing? Or is this the same... Stroll? Sure. What? Take it easy, sir. Goodbye. No, it's fine. I know this isn't story related, but he wants to walk with someone? Haha, I'm just an ordinary elderly person. After retiring from the Tenryou Commission, I don't really have much to do. I come out and walk around every day to listen to the birds, to feed cats and dogs, and to look at the view. I was always busy when I was young. I never knew that Inazuma had such beautiful cherry blossoms, or that the creeks here were so clear and wonderful. We age, but the world remains. So all I want to do now is enjoy the rest of the life I have left. Won't you get tired of it if you look at it every day? So, I mean, this is the part that young people like you wouldn't understand. Though the scenery around here never changes, the people and the things related to it do. It's very interesting if you pay attention to those changes. I once met a young man wearing a maple red shirt who had the ability to read the weather. The clothes that I hung out to dry would have gotten wet if he hadn't told me about the rain. And if you think about it, if I wasn't out and about like this, I wouldn't have met an outstanding outlander like yourself either. Am I right? Oh. And I haven't really spoken to that. That was like my second ever NPC other than the fisherman at the start of it, at the harbor that we were dropped off at, or the port that we dropped were dropped off at. I, it's hit me in the feels a few times in a row. Man, I feel bad. I really like how romantic it all is, though. Okay, it was the same character model, I think. Apart from maybe the beard is what defines this guy as different from the other. Oh, it's you. How have your travels been? Same old, same old. Same old, same old. Though I've been waiting for her for most of my life, I still can't remember her voice or her looks. Something's awfully wrong with my head. Don't beat yourself up over this. So, any thoughts about a vision hunt, Nikri? I wish you good luck. See you again. Any thoughts? When Lord Kuju came to collect our visions, he said that this was a necessary step to achieve eternity. I don't really understand these grand ideals. I'm just an ordinary person. Which I guess eternity is something that never changes? Something that never changes. I feel like I'm very close to becoming something like that. Heart is still stagnant water due to the lack of drive and ambition. I can't feel sadness or happiness. It's like I'm dead inside. I'm not sure if this is a good or it's bad, alright? I'm not sure if this is a good or bad thing. All I can do now is to accept it as my way of life. Maybe something will change again if more extraordinary events occur. I want to make them occur. I want to help. You know, such as your appearing, huh? Maybe something will change again if more extraordinary events occur. You know, such as your appearing in our village. Oh, I'm in pain. Oof. That, yeah, I have super high expectations for the rest of of Inazuma now, based on this guy and that guy. Does this guy have a beard? No, that's the difference. No beard, unless there's another I haven't noticed. Hmm. Okay.
Someone needs assistance.
Look at it. It's so pretty. That water wheel kind of reminds me of the one in by the Wangshu Inn. Oh no, I have to hurt Hilly Child to get that chest? It's gonna make me feel bad. No, Hilly Child's Kanrians. Don't know why we pretend we don't know that. Throughout the game is a real lack of continuity there. For sure.
I'll catch up. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree.
Tenryou Commission enforces the Shogun's Vision Hunt Decree. Okay, I need to remember this. I feel like this is a good, concise way of describing it. I feel like someone should have told me this earlier on so that I could keep up with the amount of factions and the meaning behind each strange new word.
But why would they take action
Henrio.
against one of their own?
You heard. It's for stability.
Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
Cool.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Emergency food? Food?
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
My god, these people are pissed at everyone. They're completely cannot communicate with them. This guy seemed like he really didn't know. And...
What? We just happened to be passing by.
Yeah. I don't know. I like his racing stripes. Not stripes. What are they called? Racing... flag? I don't know. Whatever.
We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter.
I think a number of strangers grouping into a conversation is what improves the situation for you. Okay.
This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution.
Okay.
In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything.
Stan?
He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
What's his reason, though? Before we start jumping to conclusions about what is supposedly always been a good man.
It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him?
What, we're gonna make this assumption too? This is silly. Come on. Listen to the damn guy. We haven't even spoken a word to him. We've just taken these people at their ridiculous word, which might not be ridiculous, but still, we just didn't even bother.
Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Yeah, maybe we should Paimon. I had a discussion with people I talk to who also play Genshin Impact, and because I wanted to know their opinions on how strange the beginning of the game had been, on how much it was, how long it took, how dull it was to go through as all the hoops. It almost felt like to finally get to finally feel like you've made some distance towards getting to your goal. It just felt like a bunch of fetch quest after fetch quest after helping a person after helping. And actually, they had an interesting perspective, which was that we get to experience what we ourselves get to first-hand experience what the people of Inazuma are experiencing, which I thought was always something strange from when it came to Mondstadt and Liyue, and I forgot I used to have this issue, which was I didn't understand the culture, like how people felt, what things meant to them, like how to connect with them and how they were connected to each other. And here you see people's problems and you even experience them yourself, and it's just so cool that they've integrated your experience into the exact same like treatment people are experiencing in Inazuma, and suddenly I just felt like all these people are all connected, and I was like immersed in the I say immersed, like obviously immersed gameplay wise, like game wise, but like it actually feels like the things that are described are really the case. It's not just some like writing to add in with a couple people complaining. It's in the dialogue, it's in people's attitudes, it's in the corruption, and it's so interesting. And suddenly I felt a bit more I felt better about the way that the game who's got that voice? Anyway, I suddenly felt a lot better about all these fetch quests. These hoops are things that people go through, and I do feel like my time is being wasted, and I'm like, but not that the developers didn't know what they were doing. But I feel like it really feels oppressing to be stuck like this, and like helpless wherever you go, especially as an outlander. To be honest, that's probably the weakest part. I don't yet feel like I've had much trouble as an outlander, just because it's been anytime we ran into something, it's like, oh, it was a test and you did not fail. Well done, you passed the test. Thanks, Toma. And yeah, I'm yet to feel the rejection, the failure of like what is meant to be almost guaranteed failure and oppression that comes to outlanders. It seems like things are really going our way, so maybe that's my only complaint, reminiscent to the one I used to have. Yeah. Anyway, cool friends, as in the people I talk to.
Leave it to me. Oh.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today?
I mean, there's circumstances where that can still be the case, but I don't think this is a good argument. I don't think it's got anything to do with the provisions. Let's be more proactive about finding them.
My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Really? There's no standard procedure for how you choose to take people's visions? People just come to you with a random excuse? I wish those things on his shoulder muscles were 3D. It's really bothering me. Yeah, is there not like standardization for how to conduct the vision hunt decree? It's just the law. So what's the need to put in a strange reason as well? Did they just want to make him feel bad?
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details.
Hmm.
All I know is that I would perform certain things every month, but I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
In an unsettling way, you can be owed something. Interesting, interesting.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said,
One said you did.
if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two.
Oh no. It's just everything sucks in Inazuma.
If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth.
I mean, I don't disagree. There's no harm in checking. Since we're not gonna die, we're gonna absolutely eviscerate any treasure hoarders.
But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say.
Cool.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Okay. I've heard most enemies in Inazuma have had better HP scaling. I assume the developers wanted to account. Oh my god. Holy shit, what the hell? Oh, that was cool. Oh, that's so cool. I've not seen the weather change like that before. Oh, it feels so different.
Oh dear. Everyone's laundry is still on the line. May I be excused to fetch it in?
You want to go fetch in people's clothes when they're in Mondstadt and you're in Inazuma? You've obviously not truly questioning this.
Someone needs
I
assistance.
know she's just the character I picked, with no relation to Inazuma. Oh, I went the wrong way. Go and stop the treasure hoarders from looting his house. I thought we just wanted our stuff back. Time to see what just Noelle can do on her
We really
own.
outdid ourselves this time.
Yeah, you did.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
Oh no, is it his house? Man, they're so childish.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from.
Oh my god, please.
Today's just the beginning.
Just
I'll
let me
be leading
beat them
you
up.
all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history. You demand, boss.
Oh my god, you the man, boss. And I was just complimenting the situation like, the context of where we were in the writing. You damn man, boss. And there's a lot more where that came from.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's
They
teach
seem
them
it.
a lesson.
It's not the first time we beat up the wrong person because we assumed they were bad. Like the one. Oh, I mean, they did say they raided houses, so there's a high likelihood of it. But all right.
As a delivery man, leave it all to me.
Oh no. I won too easily.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
Oh my god. Just decapitate him, Noelle.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders?
Oh yeah, now that you talk
Could
about
use
it.
someone like you.
Nah, bro, just use your resin to go to a ley line. I bet you can get more. Mora? Anyway, forget it. Tell us all you know about Kurosawa. Not likely. Word has it you looted Kurosawa's house. Yeah, tell us what you know, because he doesn't know himself, so maybe they figured something.
Kurosawa. Oh, I remember.
You know the locals? I was half expecting him to be like, don't know who we steal from, we just steal from houses.
So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies?
Probably not.
You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside.
Alright, let's detective it up then.
I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
Forget it. Just absolutely forget it.
You've got a deal.
What?
Now show us what's in the box.
He has not got a deal. Let me club his head.
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Oh. Oh no. Huh. I see. Maybe a lot of people owe him then.
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here.
So he owes a lot of money? If they made out to her.
We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
I'm on. Sometimes she's fine.
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
No, you didn't. You have everyone's stuff. Everyone's, like, sentimental stuff as well, probably.
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Oh my god. That's gonna hurt people. To just, whatever, fine, we'll pretend we don't care. I care. I don't want people to be stolen from. Talk to, wait, in the general goods shop and find out what happened. Sure. Is it within the city? Should probably grab a statue to make an exploration easier, so I can see the map and choose different.
Okay.
Guess this is where we get the new weapons from? Alright, it's not just where you make the new weapons, they're probably just added in, surely. Oh, they haven't been added in. I guess there must be some way to bring them up. I'd like to see the dishes of Inazuma. Welcome to the Kiminami restaurant, the first and last stop for gourmet culture in Inazuma. Oh, her outfit is so cool. Damn it, I want to see her shoes. I don't think that's gonna happen though. I'll jump over the counter in a sec. Man, she looks so good. What is this place? This is Kiminami Restaurant. I, the future owner Kiminami Anna, run the place right now. Our restaurant has inherited the cooking skills of the royal head chef of the shogunate. You could even say that we are the face of the fine Inazuman cuisine. But let me just preface everything by saying that we've been short-staffed ever since my father disappeared. so you'll have to wait for a while if you wish to dine in. We have lemon water, with unlimited refills available in the meantime. You're only doing water? About your father. I suppose I should start from the beginning here. Oh no, I made a mistake. I should have just looked at the food like I said. I should start from the beginning. A long time ago, my father came to Inazuma as a foreign gourmet foodie. He was very impressed by the local culinary scene, so he volunteered to be kitchen assistant at this restaurant. Later on, my father married into the Kiminami clan after my grandfather had been called by the shogunate to become the head chef. He and my mom started to run Kiminami restaurant together. I've been learning how to cook since I was little, I suppose. I was supposed to take over Kiminami restaurant when they retired, but my father suddenly disappeared last year without leaving a trace. Be more worried. That's how I started cooking in a restaurant to help my mum. Although I've learned a lot, I'm still far from being on Grandpa's level. I still have to become better have to become better still if I want to take over this restaurant. If you have any feedback for me after trying out the food here, please don't hesitate to let me know. Of a tragic story of Inazuma. Oh, tuna sushi. Tricolor dango. Tri-flavored skewer. Delicious rice cake soup. Is that soup? Well, I guess there is a liquid in there. That's a lot of stuff in your soup. There's a lot of eating involved before we even get to drinking any of it. I guess I'll take all of these. Apologies. I'll get back to the story.
Please speak to President Sung. I'm just a helper.
It's very distracting. I really shouldn't talk to these people. What is this animal? Whoops. It's like playing some sort of pop breakdown music. I didn't know what was going on.
Someone needs assistance.
Unbelievable. Bloody look at this place. Developers did a good job. Floor's a bit boring, but that's okay. Nothing could really compare to the leeway ridiculousness level of detail. Oh, it's Catherine. I will not talk to her before she massively. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Wait, what? There must be a place underneath. Lower 14 meters. Oh. Groceries. Oh. What is the story?
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something?
Please don't wipe my mind. Why does she speak like that?
Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
Wow, these IOUs.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account.
Really? So there was that. So what were they what they were referencing before, saying that he was responsible for making sure he had emergency food supplies, were provided by himself with his own money. Well, IOUs, he didn't even have the money to pay back. So he was just making himself in debt in order for other people to not fall on harder times. Oh man, and he's treated that way? Man, I should start expecting this from Inazuma. Just injustice everywhere, unfairness everywhere, just everyone's got something sad or terrible happening or having happened.
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions.
Yeah, there is no infrastructure for that, I guess. Oh man. And they were like, we used to think you were a good man. Now you show your true colors this one time you didn't bring us food. Oh man. It just feels bad.
But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the price is increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time.
Well, like only he, it's like calculated it. It seemed like everyone attributed it to some body helping them.
Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
And you let him? If you know that much of the story in the way that you do?
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now.
I agree. Why must he have lied to them? For what reason? Did he think it was... Did he justify it to himself?
Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself.
Yeah.
If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Yeah, the katana.
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think.
Come on, man. Don't do that. He just said it has sentimental value. And not respecting the fact that it's not for sale might just make him not come back to you.
Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
The hell is today's bill? The man doesn't even know to come here to keep buying stuff. What bill?
But we didn't buy anything.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
Are you taking the piss? She's such scum. She just followed up a An dumb thing to say by another dumb thing to
Don't
say. I'm not
worry.
paying
I
anything.
won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
Take the Mora and stick it up the arse. Actually, don't take the Mora. Stick nothing up the arse. I'm not. I don't want to give it to her. What do you mean, fair enough?
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession.
You made that sound very appealing.
Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
I have a feeling there's going to be some joke about Paimon wanting the sword after finding out how much it's worth. Okay, talk to Kurosawa. 100 meters. I don't have to teleport for 100 meters.